Welcome back to the channel, guys. A little bit of an odd setup you're seeing right now. This is actually my live streaming studio, my office, my creator space. I forgot to turn my phone on silent. It's on silent. Anyways, reason you're seeing this space, I am a huge lover of audio systems, and I don't currently have a good audio system in here. As you can see behind me, by the way, this is what I am looking at when I am sitting in live streaming. The couch is on the other side of you guys, but as you can see, I have a soundbar. And soundbars suck. The soundbar is also like 12 years old. Anyways, so I've come up with a little bit of a interesting surround sound setup, because my thing is a proper surround sound always uses your center channel, which is what we're going to use this soundbar for, as the speaker that all the speaking comes from. And it sounds really bad usually, because 90% of the time people don't have a good center speaker. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is our pile of items that we're going to be using to convert this simple soundbar into a full surround sound. Now, none of this stuff is sponsored. I did pay for all this with my own money, but I'll leave links for everything in case you guys want to recreate this. I don't know if this is going to work quite yet. I might still need a preamp, but this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to back you guys up. Then I'm going to start on the first part. So part number one is audio interface from the TV. And we are going to supply our audio via a optic cable. Now you can technically get full surround by using composite, but the optic cable is the best way to do it as far as I'm concerned. My only concern with this is that I might lose volume control through this, so we're going to have to see. So next, the one thing that will make this all work directly from China, you can buy this on both AliExpress and Amazon, is a digital surround sound decoder. Now, what this does is it takes your audio source, so you can do optic or coax. You can also do auxiliary, but if you're doing auxiliary, you're only going to be getting stereo from that. So, hence why we went with optic, fiber optic. Then in the box, you got an instruction manual. Don't really need that. And a little power source. And the cable's not very long. This is only like maybe 3 to 4 feet. Somewhere in there, one of those two. So we're going to plug our fiber optic cable into fiber optic 1. And we're just going to plug it into our power bar down there. So it's got power, there are 2 lights on the bottom, and it's recognizing that something is plugged in on digital 1, which is perfect. So next, we want to run center to here. Well, what kind of inputs does this have? We have a headphone jack on it, and we have digital. And your outputs are all RCA ports on here. Little RCA ports. So we have labeled center, and that's where these come in. Now these take your standard RCA to an auxiliary port. And that is what we are going to use to run our center channel. Now you'll notice that center only has one port, but that's okay because auxiliary has two channels. If you're only using one channel, you only need to use one channel. Before anything, we're going to turn it on. Just make sure that we can hopefully control the volume from our TV. Because if not, then all this goes out the door. Okay, so you cannot control the volume with a digital out, which means that I'm going to have to get some kind of audio controller in between here, or volume controller. That's super annoying. Oh well, I'll figure that part out after. First off, let's get the cool parts done. So, fuzzy audio. I have two of these in my garage, and then I found out that this exists. So in my garage I have the 2-channel with a mono amplifier for a subwoofer. Well, you see, this guy has, you have 2 speaker outs and you have a subwoofer out, and you went out of focus again, you turd. Okay, anyway, it's 100 watts per channel, plus you get another 120 for a subwoofer. So that's perfect. This is going to be our rear amplifier. We don't need that yet. This one is just a standard 2-channel. Pachow. Shunk. So just a tiny little guy, you see? 2-channel out. And that's going to power our front speakers. Now this does have Bluetooth connectivity. We're not going to be using that. I had to run out to the shop to get some speaker wire and something else that you're going to see afterwards. This amplifier. We're going to plug it in. This one is going to be fed using some very short RCA cables. Very short. To our decoder. So we're just gonna beep and flip. And then these are going to be plugged into front left, which left is your white one and right is your red one. And I definitely did not have to look at the amplifier to verify that. These speakers, 3.5-inch outdoor, cost like 35 bucks on Amazon and can handle 200 watts per set. Does not specify whether that is RMS or peak, so we might blow these, but they are kind of flimsy feeling. Nice thing about these guys, so they do have mounting brackets, which eventually I will be mounting them somewhere. But for the time being, we're just getting set up. And it comes with speaker wire. Comes with a lot of speaker wire, my goodness. Now until I actually know where I'm going to be putting these speakers, I'm not going to trim the wire for now. It came with 2 lengths of this. This has to be like... one moment. About between 10 and 15 feet, somewhere in there. we now have front audio. Well, how are we going to get it to the rear? See, I don't want a great big wire running all the way to the back. I could. I mean, there's tons of places that I could hide it. But the whole idea originated for this build from this. See, this is a Bluetooth transmitter, and I was originally just going to use it to set up a reverse or rear set of speakers for this guy, but then I got to thinking, gotta figure out how to open this box from space here. There it is. Now here's how they work. They take an auxiliary in on each, and one has an auxiliary out, and they're labeled transmitter, receiver. Pretty straightforward. They also have audio control on them and whatnot, and they use USB-C, but with barrel jacks, which is weird. Okay guys, this is the back corner of my office. This is my couch that I use that whenever I'm live streaming. This is the couch that you see me sitting on. Although this is my wife's seat, this is Mrs. Kempinator's seat, and mine is beside it. But I pre-ran the wires because, you know, I showed you how to do left and right up there. It's the exact same here. But if you notice, on the back of this, there's a third set. And what are we going to do with that? Well, we're going to run it to a subwoofer, a unpowered subwoofer. In fact, this is a car subwoofer. It is a 10-inch Alpine Type R shallow mount. And we're going to run that. Should sound absolutely awesome. Now, when it comes to your subwoofer, it doesn't really matter whether you are using... I lost my train of thought. Oh, it doesn't really matter about left and right because there is no left and right. It's just mono audio. But you can end up out of phase if you're not black to black and red to red. So just keep that in mind. Now, with the Bluetooth transmitter, as soon as I plugged it in, it connected up. I would prefer to have RCA, but I ran out of little RCA cables, so we're doing aux to RCA. It really won't make a difference. And then that guy is going to go back here. Now the three-way subwoofer amplifier can go to either side. It can either go in the back or the front, it doesn't matter. The subwoofer isn't really directional audio, so you don't need it at an exact point. That's now all the speakers hooked up. Eventually I'm going to be wall mounting these speakers. That's why I'm not really working too hard on hiding this wiring, because I'm going to have to change it. Anyways, so for the time being, it just kind of runs behind my couch and up on the shelf that I have a projector on that I don't use anymore. So yeah, I know that the wiring is a mess right now, but we're just going to test it. See how everything sounds. We're going to first toss on Crab Rave quickly. this has no copyright. So I should be able to play this. Okay guys, so it actually works. There's two issues. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is just the tiniest amount of feedback from this stupid Bluetooth transmitter. Yes, hi Chico, say hi to everybody. And it drives me nuts. So I'm not 100% sold on these Bluetooth transmitters. I might try ordering a couple of them and see if any are better. And then the second issue being that I need to figure out, sorry, that buzzing is awful, how to control the audio. Oh, there's a little bit from the front too. So this, now I wonder if I can tune this out with my TV. Wait, hold on. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Not 100% sold. I mean, I don't know if the mic's picking this up, but that's awful. I'll look into it, see what I can figure out. I might need to put a filter in here, in line here. Obviously, I need to find some way to adjust the audio. So guys, in case I don't find a fix for this, don't use these Bluetooth transmitters, just use a hard wire. And yeah, I will let you guys know if I don't find something for this video, how to adjust your audio with some form of device. I'm going to find some kind of device to adjust volume using digital output. That's what I'm going to do. And if that's not doable, well then this setup is useless. So we'll see what I find. Okay guys, last time I left off, I wasn't super happy with the surround sound. The audio in the room was great, but there were two big caveats. The first being that subwoofer wasn't loud enough. 120 watts, just, that doesn't cut it for me. The other issue being that there was no volume control on this splitter. Decoder, sorry, they are called decoders. So, it's been a couple of days. I ordered some new stuff. Now, to replace the all-in-one in the back of the room, I got another two-way amplifier and then a dedicated subwoofer amplifier. This one's 220 watts. Eventually, I will be buying a 300 watt for it, but kind of got to stay in a budget right now. And this is almost half the price of the 300 watt. The other thing that I bought was a 5.1 channel decoder that looks like it's going to be considerably better for this application. The reason being, it has volume control. So, this one comes with a remote, USB for I have no idea what. As you can see, it has multiple channels available. So you can actually plug an HDMI directly in and then come out and just steal the audio off of your HDMI. It's got the optical in, which is what we're still going to be using. It does have the coax in, but I mean, I've never even seen somebody use coax for audio. And it also has a Bluetooth antenna. So you can actually connect your phone to this one and use your phone for audio. The biggest change with this being that volume control. Anyways, let's get it changed out and hopefully it gets rid of that horrible, horrible feedback from this one. Guys, there's no feedback anymore. And I can control the volume. I am so happy. Okay, let's quickly set up the rears. All right, just a quick rundown on how I wired this. I split off the same channel back here as I did on the front, which was, can't remember now. So that the subwoofer input is going to my subwoofer amplifier, and then I have the subwoofer input also going to one channel in the back, but what we can do is set the frequency higher, just cut the bass out of the rear two channels, and that should give us the sound quality that we want. Now I am out of plugins back here, so I'm going to have to steal my camera's plug-in in order to plug in the last amplifier. So one moment, I need to juggle around plugs. Now, I really hope Crab Rave is royalty free, because otherwise you guys are going to get a very interesting overshoot of my dancing. But the 220 watts on that subwoofer, still not enough. We definitely want to go up to that 300, but that'll be down the line. And I'll probably just make a short about it because, well, I don't need to make a full video about changing one amplifier. So what is the whole reason behind this? Like, why did I even do this? Well, you see, I find that surround sounds are just not tunable enough. You're very limited to your amplifier, and amplifiers are really expensive. I mean, I have a bunch of older ones, but I also kind of wanted to try this out, see if I could actually make this work. And to be honest, it works great. I'm probably pretty close to the price of a starter amplifier. But at the end of the day, this is way more tunable and way easier. It's all just knobs. Now, if you're wondering about the wires, I have a way to turn this into one wire. If I was actually going all out in my living room, I would have a dedicated slot for wires to go through my wall, but I haven't gotten there yet. Eventually, maybe I'll do it in here. There is a great big gap here because there used to be a door behind me. So, I don't know. The future will tell where we go with that. But anyways, guys, if you want to recreate this, I will leave the links in the description for everything that I used. They're not affiliate links, they're just what I used. If you want to recreate it, I don't know why you would. I like it. I would probably get some better speakers. These little bookshelf speakers aren't the greatest, and I have a feeling that I'm going to blow them, but that's an issue for future Matt. And right now, it is present Matt, not future Matt. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Was this a stupid idea? Or would you do it too? I mean, there's infinite tunability here. Plus, no wires run into the back. which is pretty cool. And I get to harness multiple plugs for power, which means that I get to hit way higher power consumption than what you would get from a normal regular plug. Anyways, guys, I love y'all. Y'all beautiful. Hope you had a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have an idea for another stupid electronic video, leave it in the comments. I'll see if I can do it. Okay, bye.